Have you ever had this amazing idea, but it's just stuck in a spreadsheet? You found something incredible in the data, but you can't really share it. Well, today we're going to talk about a tool that's changing all that. It's called Streamlit, and it promises to turn those data insights into actual working apps in minutes, not months. So let's dive in and see how it works.
Okay, let's start with a problem that honestly, almost every company faces. We are absolutely swimming in data, right? Sales figures, customer feedback, you name it. But turning all of that raw data into something useful, an interactive tool that anyone in the company can actually use, that's the real mountain to climb.
The way we've traditionally shared this stuff is frankly a total headache. You have brilliant data experts who spend all their time analyzing information, and then they hit a wall. Their amazing findings get trapped in these static reports or super complicated spreadsheets that nobody wants to open. And if they want to build a real interactive tool, forget about it. They have to get in a long line and wait for specialized web developers. It's slow, it's expensive, and by the time the tool is finally built, the data might already be out of date. This really just spells it out, doesn't it? The old way is all about static reports that take forever. The Streamlit way is about interactive web apps that you can build in hours. And here's the crucial part, the real kicker. The apps are built by the data experts themselves. That completely changes the game.
And this is exactly where Streamlit comes in, offering a much faster way to build. It totally flips the script on how we work with data. So what is this thing anyway?
So what is Streamlit? Well, think of it like this. It's a free tool that lets anyone who knows a little bit of Python, which is the go-to language for data folks, build their own web apps. This is a huge shift. It means the people who understand the data best can now build the tools to explore it themselves, using skills they already have. No web design needed.
And listen, this isn't just some theory. Huge companies are using it. Take this quote from Danny Nguyen over at Yelp. He says Streamlit apps are way easier to put together and iterate on. And that word, iterate, is so important. It just means you can quickly make changes and improvements on the fly, keeping your tools fresh and useful.
So, you're probably wondering, how on earth is this even possible? How can someone who isn't a web developer just build an app so easily? Well, let's pull back the curtain and look at the magic behind it.
The core idea here is to make building an app feel as simple as writing a document. It's like this. Your Python data script is a recipe. Streamlit takes that simple text-based recipe and instantly turns it into a fully baked, interactive cake that anyone can enjoy.
So this is where it all starts. At first glance, this looks like a regular Python script, the kind a data scientist writes all day long. But look closer. See those few special commands that start with stew? That's it. That's the secret sauce. That's the only extra thing you need to add. And boom, here's the result. Those few simple commands magically transform that script into a real, working app with sliders and buttons. You don't have to worry about servers or user interfaces or any of that complicated stuff in the background. Streamlit does all of that heavy lifting for you. Okay, so now we get how it works, which is pretty cool. But let's talk about who is actually using this in the real world and what kind of impact it's having. Whoa! Just look at this number, 500 plus. And get this, that's the number of internal apps built with Streamlit at just one company, Snowflake. This tells you it's not some little niche tool. It's being used at a massive scale to solve problems all across a huge organization.
And who's building all these apps? Well, it's not just the data scientists. People from all over the company are creating their own tools. Product managers, security engineers, business analysts, even marketing teams. They're all empowered to build things that solve their own specific problems without having to wait for anyone else.
This quote from Cohn Havlick at Uber just hits the nail on the head. He says Streamlit democratizes building data apps. What that really means is it takes the power that was once held by a few specialists and gives it to many more people. It's a total game changer for a company's culture.
The variety of things they're building is just as impressive. On one end, you've got these super complex dashboards tracking company-wide performance, and on the other, you have simple, everyday little tools that just make someone's daily job a bit easier.
And here are just a couple of examples to show you what I mean. On the left, a super simple business calculator. On the right, a fun, interactive tool for exploring data about Pokemon. It just shows the incredible versatility. If you can dream up a tool that uses data, you can probably build it with Streamlit.
So let's boil all this down. If you're going to remember just one thing about all this, what should it be? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. All right, Here's the takeaway. First, it means faster insights. You go from an idea to a working app in hours, not weeks. Second, you get way more collaboration because experts can build tools directly for their colleagues. Third, it leads to better decisions because now everyone can play with the data and really understand it. And finally, it empowers your whole team, freeing up your expert web developers to go solve the really, really hard problems.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The true power of a tool like this isn't just about the technology. It's about imagination. I mean, think about it. If the person who understands a problem best could instantly build a tool to help solve it, what new possibilities would open up for your team, for your company, for anything? So I'll leave you with this question. What problems would you solve?